I put that together in 30 minutes today.
Yo, it's Michael McFadden for our friends over at Credit Building Professionals. You know what they do? They help their clients achieve better credit. How? Late payments, fraud, liens, charge-offs, student loans. They do it all. Get results in 30 to 90 days, and it's very simple to contact them. Hit them up on their website, creditbuildingprofessionals.com, or give them a call, 678-447-2012. Once again, 678-447-2012. Tell them you heard it on Power 108.9. What up, Credit Craig? Yo, it's Michael McFadden.
What's up, family? I call you family because I feel like we can be honest with each other. Nowadays, we all got side hustles and businesses. And in a gig economy, we're all looking for ways to expand our clientele. Power up with 108.9's advertising partnership. Connect to over 100,000 viewers per month. If you're interested, contact our marketing director at thepower1089@gmail.com. Help us reach your target audience and expand your brand. Power 108.9, the station for the people. Keep up with Power 108.9 on social media. Instagram
@Power108.9
and Facebook
@Power108.9.
It's the exact same thing. It's at Power 108.9.
Okay.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
Yes, it's true.
Make yourself fool.
This man has no dick.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Now it's all about the laughs on Power 108.9 with Andy and Rick.
That's right, folks. It's Andy Gunnin here with All About the Laughs on Power 108.9.
I'm Rik Wayne.
And we're back again. It's a fourth Tuesday of the month. We're going to be closing out October here.
Halloween week.
Halloween. And that's our new intro I put together in 30 minutes. We might tweak it some, but hope everybody likes it. But we have some sponsors to cover.
We certainly do. Especially for Halloween. Love this sponsor, Killer Finds. Killer Finds in Hiram, Georgia. You can go check them out. They're off Jimmy Lee Smith Parkway in Hiram, Georgia. They got everything. They got collectibles. They got vinyl. They got comics. They got free video arcade games that you can play when you walk in. I'm a big Donkey Kong fan. You'll always catch me over at the Donkey Kong machine. Great sponsor. They got role-playing stuff like D&D. Go check them out. Killer Finds in Hiram, Georgia. Family-owned business. Go see Michael and his family.
That's right. And don't forget about Falcon Exteriors. They're here in Atlanta metro area. You need roofing, gutters, siding, windows, or go check them out. Give them a call, 678-783-0123. Tell them you heard it here on Power 108.9. They'll give you a free consultation. We got a great show lined up tonight. Hey, like us, share us. You can call in, comment. We'll read your comments, or you can call in at 678-383-2339, and we'll take your questions. Also, Rick has a question of the night. What's your question of the night, Rick?
The question of the night is, what horror movie did you ever see as a kid that really frightened you, but as an adult, you just thought it was silly and...
I got a couple, because I rewatched a couple
I
already.
have too. That's what made me think of this. I just recently watched Phantasm. 1979.
Yep.
And I can remember when I saw this on cable TV as a kid, I was so freaked out by this movie. I had recently caught it on one of the streaming sites. I don't remember. Maybe Netflix, but I was very excited. I watched this in disbelief. It was like watching Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park as an adult. Terrible.
Which we all know how bad that was.
Yes. It was so bad. So that's what made me think is, what movie did you see, especially a horror film because it's Halloween, did you see as a kid that as you watch as an adult that you just find to be incredibly cheesy and lame? Disappointing, really.
I got a couple. I'm going to sort it out through my head before we get to it. Hey, you can comment, folks. Give us yours. It might be the same. Or give me an idea about one. I don't know, but I've got a couple. There was a couple I watched
I've got
already.
More. That was just.
I know. I rewatched The Evil Dead, and I was like, how bad and cheesy this was.
Yeah, but
it is a cult classic, though. Don't get me wrong.
First time movie for Sam Raimi, it was great, though.
But I got a couple more. But yeah, hey, we're gonna go down a few other things. Hey, it's Halloween weekend, folks. Like we said, A lot of different things this year about Halloween. I already kind of did a stand-up joke about Halloween and how I'm going to handle it. I'm just going to stand behind my glass front door and eat candy and tell the kids, well, it's COVID. Sorry. Because I'm not going to put a COVID bucket outside for them to root around in.
You don't want to give them COVID.
No, exactly. Because that's all it would be. And then at night, a bunch of hands going in and be a bucket of COVID. And I don't want to lose a Dollar Tree bucket.
Well, you could put just put COVID bucket on it, Happy Halloween, and see if anybody even takes any candy.
Actually, somebody said they're going to put a dispensing machine out there for quarters, and they just have to buy it, and they're just going to spray it down and take the quarters out. You know what? I'm all about that.
Hey, in these times, you've got to be creative to come up with how to make a buck.
They had a news article on one of the local channels that a kid had a slingshot, had made like a catapult, and was just going to catapult candy out at the street at kids. I was going to take it to another level and do a potato gun and just shoot them in the face.
French fries, wee.
Imagine a mound, little fun-sized mounds coming at you about 100-something miles an hour.
or almond joy. See, that'd
really hurt because you get that nut and
yeah,
nut in the eye.
Nut in the eye. That's another Halloween special, folks.
But don't forget about the roadblocks. Peachtree City already told us, hey, we're going to be roadblocking all weekend if y'all going to be out drinking. But I don't think that people are going to be really. I don't think people are going to party a lot. But then again, I could be wrong because more and more people are getting kind of loose with their going out. And you saw that from a show you just did, right?
I sent you a picture of this past week.
That freaked me out.
Dude, I went to go to a friend's show that I will actually be on in a week, in November 5th, my birthday.
Woo!
And I went to just go scope it out and support,
right.
And, man, it was a lot of folks. I sent you the picture. It was...
Yes, and you sent me, and I was like, holy crap, that place is packed shoulder to shoulder.
It really and truly was. I stayed off by myself, and when I performed there, they have an outdoor patio. I hope it's not raining, but you can hang out on and then go in. And they also said it's not required, but they wish you'd wear a mask if you're in there. But see, that's the thing that kind of throws it off just a little bit, because it's a bar and people are sitting, and they're also being served food. So you got a lot of people not wearing masks, So and sitting really close to each other.
Yes, very close. And we're going to talk about a few other things. We'll talk a little bit about voting, my MRI incident today, hurricanes, why hurricanes hate the Gulf, and California, it's still on fire and nobody cares.
I do.
Ghost Adventures, Joe Exotic special this Thursday. We're going to jump into that a little bit. Halloween parties, we talked about that. Fall eating. Have you slipped? Are you eating better? Or are you still doing your COVID coma route? And is it okay to dock up to someone else's charge port? I've got a very funny story about that and my issue with it from being on set last show when I had to leave early. Thank you for covering the last show.
And fantastic. Thanks
and your buddy Justin Bills. I was about to say Justin Simmons. We love him too.
I have a lot of Justins in my life.
I was like, I almost said Justin Simmons, but because I had a bolt last. I had a bolt out of here last show halfway through because I was on a movie that was filming here in Kennesaw. I'm really not supposed to talk about it, but big name star. I was playing an assistant coach in a soccer themed movie next to one of my heroes and my big TV kind of crush guys back in the
Can you tease who it is? Can you even?
Sorry, Bridges.
No. He has about 6 Emmys under his belt and has 2 major sitcoms that he came from.
And Andy, he played
in the
one
80s
of
and
my
90s.
favorite characters on The Simpsons. See,
yes.
That could be anybody.
It could be anybody.
Simpsons been around 30 years.
Now, I did sign an NDA. Now, I've got an NDA signature on another one I was on. I can't talk about it at all.
You never said. You can either.
But it was fun. It was great, and I had to bolt out of here, and I was on set till 6 in the morning, and I filmed on that movie for 3 days. I'm in all the the soccer sideline benches and scenes with the coach, and it's I don't know if I should say it though.
I don't think you should.
I don't think I should.
No.
I can't. I don't want to get in trouble. Well, they said it's going to come out sometime April or May, but they don't know what it's going to be released to. So I don't even know if it's going to go.
If you're in the know in
the
the Atlanta film industry in the area, you might know who he's talking about. But if not, you can put the dots together by our conversation and figure it out. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. We can't say right now.
Yes, can't say. But hopefully in about 6 months we can. Or whenever April is. But anyways, Be careful out there this weekend. Roadblocks are going to be everywhere. Don't drink and drive. Uber. And at this point in your life, and in the world we live in, there's Lyft, there's Uber. There's no need for a DUI.
No, absolutely not.
I mean,
how much
just
that
be
would
responsible.
cost?
It's ridiculous. It's $10,000.
$10,000
versus $10 to $20. I would pay $20 Uber ride just to not have to do it.
Sure. And don't puke in their car either.
Yeah, no
folks.
puke. Yeah, don't eat too much candy corn. Do too many vodka shots, and you're out.
Candy
Yeah.
corn vodka shots. Stay away from them. Because you're going to have a hell of a hangover next day.
Well, a friend of mine down at one of our restaurants in Peachtree City, they had themed cocktails, and they said they went over and were having some themed cocktails, and he said the candy corn shots were a bad idea. So they did a candy corn shot, and I said, what made? He goes, I just wanted to try them all. I go, what is wrong with you?
That's got to be. That's got to be a sugar rush.
I don't even want to think of what they put in it, but anyways. But yeah, if you're undecided on voting, I went and voted last Saturday with my wife.
For the Fat Thor podcast.
For the Fat Thor podcast. I wrote it in. I can't wait to see us on the big screen.
Yes. Your vote.
But you want to know what
counts.
my knucklehead son did? I just found out last night. He went and voted. Okay, I didn't know he went and voted. He's 18, so I mean
Okay.
he can vote.
Good for
and,
him for
and I'm
voting.
glad he went and voted. He said, "Yeah, I kind of got in trouble." I go, well, what did you do? How did you get in trouble? He goes, I actually wore a political shirt into the voting place.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to. He goes, I didn't know. I go, well, are they not teaching you anything in
There's
school
signs
anymore?
everywhere.
I know. It's like there's signs that says no. There's
No
you know,
politicking,
no
pass-
politicking, no anything.
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
you didn't get your fill when you pulled up to your polling
like,
place,
son.
there's signs everywhere.
I am glad that he went and did it, and he's 18, and he
What
just
did he have
didn't
to
fluff
do?
it off. So
Did he have to turn his shirt inside
Yeah, they
out?
told him to go
Was
outside.
it topless voting?
Yeah, he went. I said, so what did you do? Did you go to church? Because no, I just walked out the front, took my shirt off in the front. I'm like, oh my god, right there in front of the building.
He's got a
in front of everybody.
He's got a tattoo on his back.
No,
of a
he has
big-
no tattoos.
A big eagle and American
No.
flag. Just says
No.
vote.
No, his he has no tattoos on his body as of right now. No, so but I was as I know. No, he's but I was just like, are you kidding me? He tells me this as we're conquering
Well,
pumpkins last night.
at least he's going out. But hey, you said he's 18, so
Yep.
you know, par for the course for not being completely on board with what's going on. It's a little intimidating your first time.
Right,
So
it is. It is.
So, but good for him for voting. That that's very important.
Right,
Go
but we're
out and
going to
vote.
take a break real quick. We're going to come back. We'll jump into my MRI incident.
We
for the
also
day.
have the song, our Apple song.
Apple song contest. Are we still tied?
We are still tied 8-8.
8 to
Justin
8.
Beals did you no favors.
That's right. And we didn't ask anybody to give us an artist. If you give us an artist before we come back, we're going to try to guess which song of theirs is at the top of Apple iTunes. If not, we're going to pull one out of our rear ends and throw one up.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Power 108.9.
What's up, family? I call you family because I feel like we can be honest with each other. Nowadays, we all got side hustles and businesses. And in the gig economy, we're all looking for ways to expand our clientele. Power up with 108.9's advertising partnership. Connect to over 100,000 viewers per month. If you're interested, contact our marketing director at thepower1089@gmail.com. Help us reach your target audience and expand your brand. Power 108.9, the station for the people. Keep up with Power 108.9 on social media.
Can I find you?
Instagram
At Power 108.9.
and Facebook.
At Power 108.9.
It's the exact same thing. It's at Power 108.9.
Oh, okay.
Power 108.9, a station for the people.
And we're back, folks. I'm Andy Gunnin.
I'm Rik Wayne.
This is all about the laughs. We've just been talking about Halloween. Don't drink and drive. Uber, Lyft, and stay away from the candy corn shots. That was the first segment of the show, basically.
Power 108.9. We're giving you all the ups and downs of Halloweens and the shoulds and should nots.
Right, exactly. Shoulds, should nots, and maybes.
Well, I did a thing with a friend of mine. We've been doing these videos where we're tasting these terrible sodas.
Right.
We did shot last night, the ones where we ate the zombie Skittles.
Zombie Skittles.
And
What are the zombie Skittles?
they're like a mystery Skittle inside that tastes like rotting flesh.
Oh, my God.
And let me tell you,
You found it?
I found it. It's vile. And then we did the Jelly Belly bamboozled ones where you might get
The
spoiled
yeah.
milk.
Right.
That was way worse. They were all really, really, really bad.
Right.
And I said that, when we were kids, they would tell you that be careful. They may put drugs in your candy, or they may put like a razor blade in your candy.
Right. Or your yeah.
I never got lucky enough to get drugs in my candy.
Right. Me
Or a
neither.
razor blade to cut up the drugs.
Yeah,
or anything.
exactly.
So that never happened for me. But now you got to warn kids about zombie Skittles and bamboozled jelly beans. That is far worse,
yeah.
I think.
Riley went through that stage there for us. She liked all that stuff. We still got a box of that Harry Potter ones floating around somewhere. I'm just scared they're going to pop up in a jar or something one day, and I'm just going to grab it, not by accident.
Yeah, me and my friend Lee do those videos, and now we're going to have to move on to more gross things. I don't even know what we're going to do next, but that is gross.
Hey, folks, we got to do our music. What?
Oh, yes.
Somebody chimed in.
Uh-oh,
What do we got?
Who chimed in?
Oh, my goodness. You got to chime in from Instagram.
Instagram.
Your artist is Rod Stewart.
Ah, nice. I like
nice.
Rod Stewart.
Yes.
We haven't done Rod Stewart.
No,
I might have. There was a moment one time.
Were you at the airport?
No, I wasn't at the airport. I was at a concert.
Did you think he was sexy?
You
Was tonight the night? I'm giving away all the song
Yes,
titles.
you are. Yes, you are.
There's a lot.
There's a
lot.
ton of
So,
them.
all right, what do you got for Rod Stewart?
Let me think. Let me think. There's like, I can see it at title.
I just gave him two.
Yeah, I know you just. I don't want to take those two.
I'm not going to use them.
You go ahead with yours.
I'm going to go
ahead
with
with yours.
one of my favorite Rod Stewart songs is Forever Young.
I'm gonna go Tonight's the Night.
Tonight's the night.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll
see
take
if tonight's the
night,
night that you beat me in this one. Let's
Yeah.
see.
That's not Tonight.
Nope. I don't think so. Do you?
I don't got a clue what this one is off the top of my head. Maddie May.
Maggie May.
Maggie May. Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
What was number two?
It was Maggie May. Maggie.
Well.
Forever Young. Forever Young.
So where did Andy rank?
No, I didn't go.
3, 6,
Tonight's the Night.
8.
Wow.
So
I forgot about Maggie May. I totally forgot
Well,
about
it could have been Rod Stewart's a great
it. God,
choice.
tons of them.
So anybody,
It was up for grabs.
anybody's
for
guess was just as good as
That was a good one. Who gave us that one? Did he give us the name? No. Okay. Thanks, Instagram
anonymous
ghost.
Instagrammer, right?
Speaking of ghost pepper wings, don't get Popeye's ghost pepper wings. They're not that good.
Okay.
They ghost the pepper on you. No pepper at all.
Wow.
And the meat.
And the meat?
And the meat,
What
dude,
do you
it was
just fried
horrible.
ghost pepper
Basically,
remnants?
fried bones is what I had.
Fried
It was
bones.
horrible. I even went back and complained, and they gave me some more, and I still said, you know what, that's it. I'm out.
They gave you more. They're like, just shut up here.
And they gave me fries I didn't order. And I didn't want the fries. I'm trying to not
some hot
carb
sauce
up.
on that.
I'm trying to carb down as I'm eating fried wings.
Well,
And that,
pick your poison.
and that kind of segues into, are you still coma eating or not, or COVID eating? Have you cut back? I got to start cutting back. I do got to, man. I got to cut
Man.
weight. I'm back to gaining weight again.
See, I've been doing great. You
Yeah,
know. I haven't really
Well,
had.
congratulations there, Boy Scout.
I'm just saying, I haven't been binge eating. I basically stay about one meal a day, truthfully, and I don't eat after a certain time.
My problem is when the fall hits, I start gearing into that cold weather food. Like, I'll make a big thing of lasagna. I'll just start down that path of just comfort food eating, making like cobbler. By the way, found a great thing. If y'all want a crock pot peach cobbler recipe, give me a shout, dude. That thing is dangerous.
Well, I will say this. My girlfriend made this corn casserole about a week or so ago, and I was really excited.
Yep.
And then afterwards, she told me, what she put, because it was so good. But she was like, "Yeah, I put in there this much butter," and and she was sour cream, and I'm like,
of course, it's got everything great.
I agree, but I went into a panic, like, oh my God,
What
I was
did I
like,
just eat?
as much as I love this, please don't make this for me again. This is so counterproductive.
It sounds like that corn chowder I make when I go to the hunting camp. It's just basically a bunch of cream corn, a can of regular corn, and then you take like a pound of bacon, fry it up, put it in there, put a little bit of the bacon grease in there, and pepper and hot, and it's nothing good for you.
Right.
At all.
It's a fancy gruel.
It's like
it's a fancy gruel.
Yeah, it is. But it's so good. You'll like just go through that whole thing. But
Can I say one thing about
but-
food? Like
Yeah.
I'm a big Triple D fan with Guy.
I love guys.
I never realized how much prep went into cooking.
Oh, duh. Oh.
Like, especially like if you're creating a broth or something
Yep.
like that for a food.
Yep.
Like, it's so much work. I'm just used to put salt, pepper, seasoned salt, and some damn Louisiana hot sauce on it, and it'll make it good. That's not the case, is it, y'all?
Dude, they're on days on the weekend. I don't know if y'all folks. I do a lot of cooking on the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge that we have, and I cook all the time. And there are days where I cook all day long, like the prep.
Right.
Between the prep and the cooking, I mean, cooking the meal is nothing. It's the prepping that takes me half the freaking day, depending on what it is. Like if I'm making marinara sauce, I don't get it out of a Prego bottle.
Right.
I make my own sauce, like from start to finish, and it has to take 4 hours to go medium to low to medium to cool down, and it's a process.
There's going to be a new Andy Gunnin cooking show coming
Yes.
out 2021.
Yes,
Cooking with Andy.
cooking with Andy, COVID style.
Fat Thor.
Well, I'll put some weight on you.
Stir.
I'll put some weight on you in a heartbeat. I promise. You hang out at my house, I'm cooking nonstop. always cooking
Nobody's going hungry.
Nobody goes hungry. There's always something, it's like when Riley goes, "Hey, what's to eat?" And I go, "You see that crock pot that's still in the refrigerator from the stuff I made yesterday on top of this? On top of the pasta salad?" That's my problem. When I get into fall, I get into that carb mode. There's my wife watching right now. And I start eating all this stuff I shouldn't be eating. Pizzas and pastas and all that stuff. But anyways, if anybody else is doing it, chime in what your fall, wintertime weakness is. Have you fallen prey to the attempt of cold weather here in Georgia? But once I start seeing the color change, man, it just sends my head into comfort
Right.
eat.
Sure.
Let's just hunker down.
Let's have a big bowl of macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, big on top of a hamburger beneath 2 tacos.
You are going to have, your arteries are hardening as mine are as you're even talking
Well,
about
let's not even talk about what my doctor told me. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of doctors, I had an interesting afternoon. I had to go get an MRI this morning at 7 a.m. Yep.
So what was the diagnosis?
Well, diagnosis hasn't come yet. Diagnosis at 7 a.m. was I couldn't fit in the machine.
Oh, well,
That's
probably
number one.
because of...
and it's not because of the eating, even though I know that was a bad segue.
I was going to say.
From eating to Andy doesn't fit into the machine. I know what you're thinking.
I feel like I've seen this on The Simpsons. They do predict the future.
No, it's not that. No, Sunday night, my wife wanted me to move a section of this couch. We bought a brand new couch from some folks who had bought a couch. They decided they didn't want it and just sold it for like dirt cheap. Half. It's like a big leather sectional, reclines out, electric recline. I mean, it's like a $3,000 couch. And they put it up for sale for $1,400. I was like, this is too good to be true. Went over there. The lady was a decorator. She's like, I just don't like the way it looks. I just want it gone. It was just her and her husband. I was like, done, you know. So we bought it. We got some movers to come over and help, and we got it to the house. Well, it didn't quite fit, so we needed a section. So she wanted the section out, and I went to go pull one of the sections out, and it hooks in. And it has two hooks in, and I was trying to pull it apart and it wouldn't come apart. As soon as I pulled it up, pop, my left bicep. So my right bicep's already been attached. This one, as it started cracking, I stopped and grabbed it. So it's still partially attached, I think. And I went to see the doctor, and she was like, yeah, I don't think it's attached, but we got an MRI.
Well, the burning question is about this whole thing is, did you get the couch in the house?
The couch was in the house. It was getting one of the sections out of it.
Okay.
But, yeah, I got it out after I popped my bicep. So, anyways, I go to at 7 a.m. to get this MRI, right? I can't fit in the freaking machine. Dude, this hole was probably not even 12 inches wide. And I looked at her and said, there's no way I'm fitting in that machine. She was like, well, this is an older machine. It's one of the first ones. I go, can we get an Andy size one? I'm 6'2". My chest is 54 inches around.
They just send you to the airport.
50, you know. Yeah, exactly.
Do one of those scanners.
That's what I would love to do.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
That's
what I want. Why can't I have that? Yeah, stand there like this. Yes, scan me. Ow, I can't do that.
Yeah, you
I
stand
can't do
there,
that. Yes.
go all the way around.
That's what they should have.
Blow air up.
She puts me on this thing, and she shoves me in this thing. My nose is like a half an inch from the top. My shoulders are compressed into my chest where I can't breathe. I'm like, this is not happening. She goes, yeah, you don't think you can be in here for 40 minutes? Like, oh, hell no. Get me out of this damn thing.
That's Halloween right there. It's like being buried alive.
Right. I was like, get me out of here. So they got me another appointment up here at 5 o'clock in Marietta. That thing was wide up. I just took a 40-minute nap at 5 o'clock, by the way, right up here.
You have a reschedule, so a bigger one they can put
you in?
Yes,
and I went in just fine. I walked in, I looked at it, I said, now that's my machine.
They buy those they buy those MRIs at the big and tall MRI store.
It was the ones that they have at the border where they just scan the whole car, you know, and they drive through. Like,
right. You just lay on a flatbed trailer and they just drive you through.
Yeah. But dude, that was I'm like, y'all have really got to think about the people you're sending to these things.
Right.
I mean, she goes, yeah, well, it is an older one, and I go, it was like. Okay, you ever try to put something in a hole and not supposed to? Well, this is a bad segue. I know where I'm.
Yep. Been there.
That's what she said. Anyways, but yeah. So that was my fit Andy into a hole that's impossible to fit in and then try to get him out. So, but we got it done, and probably going to have surgery in 2 weeks. So,
wow. Will the surgery be just outpatient surgery?
Yeah. When I popped this one on my right when it was in and out, you just go in, they knock you out, and literally 2 hours later, you're out. You spend more time coming to from the drugs than that you actually do in the surgery.
Right. And you're like, this was like Saturday, man.
Saturday and Sunday.
Wow. It's like a 3-day weekend.
It sucks, though, because it's going to be a year to year and a half of being able to have full function of it. But I'm falling apart, dude. This is like my third surgery.
Wow.
Fourth one. I had the shoulder rebuilt. My right bicep's been reattached, and now I'm reattaching the left one.
You're like Colonel Steve Austin, the $6 million man.
Actually, I'm the 60-cent man. I'm falling apart.
but added for inflation, you'd be the $60 million man. So for $6 million, I don't think you could get much of anything.
No, not this day. But I tell you what, they didn't spend $6 million on that first machine I went to. I think I got that sucker at a used car lot.
That was the one they used for the $6 million man. Right. That's how old that one was.
Uh-huh. Borat. Oh yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, what about Borat?
Have you seen the new one?
No, I watched half of it.
It's great.
Yeah, I did put that up there. I like the little Borat picture I found.
Man, I liked the first one.
I only got halfway through. I got right after her fertility dance,
dude,
and I was
hilarious.
I got to stop, dude. I got to take
her
a break.
Going.
I had to take a break.
Her going to the eating the cupcake.
Yes, the whole baby.
Oh, I got a baby inside, and my dad put a baby inside. That was brilliant. Sacha Baron Cohen reminds me a lot of Andy Kaufman.
Yes, that is a good comparison. That is a very good comparison.
Where people get upset, and I've already seen negative reviews and stuff, just people chiming
Some old
in
lady's trying to sue them right now.
because of the
Here in
Jewish
Atlanta.
lady. And that woman was just fantastic.
I haven't got to that part yet.
It was wonderful. And she signed off on all of that. But, the thing is he's a really smart guy. He knows what he's doing.
He's very smart.
Just like Kaufman was. He's playing with people's emotions and trying to turn really things on them to show them what they're doing. And that, to me, is the brilliance.
Ridiculousness of what you're following.
Exactly. And he's just such an innocent because
Right.
he's just going from what he's been taught. And I just thought it was great. And I wish you would have finished it because the ending is so
I want to finish it tonight. I was
hilarious.
going to try to finish today, but between me trying to get stuffed into a hole I didn't fit into,
Sure.
and then sent to another, so I didn't get to finish it.
Well, I highly recommend
But I will
you-
finish it
You
tonight.
finish it. If you've seen the new Borat movie on Amazon,
let us know what you think.
Yeah,
You liked it? You didn't like it? Because I think there's a lot of people that have a lot of mixed feelings about it.
I agree, but if, share your opinion with us. Call the power line 678-383-2339.
Or comment on our Facebook or share.
Absolutely,
Or just share it.
we'll
Or
put
just
you
share
on
it.
the air.
Hey, we're going to take a break. We're going to be back with another round of what songs at the top of the list. Someone give us another artist. That was a great
We had
artist.
Rod
Whoever gave
Stewart
us
on the
Rod
last
Stewart.
one. Somebody, by all means,
Yeah,
pick an
give
artist
Eric,
for us. and we'll give you a shout out for picking an
give
artist.
Rick another point.
Yeah, one more, just one more.
Well, we'll be talking about Ghost Adventures and Joe Exotic when we come back. So stick around.
Power 108.9.
There you go.
Yo, looking for a new house? Then it's time for you to holler at our guy, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson of Loan Depot. Yo, it's your boy Michael McFadden of Mornings with Michael and Friends, and I tell you what, Alvin Jameson and the crew, they really do it all. First-time home buyers, refinances, investment properties, VA home loans too. Hit them up. It's very simple. AlvinJameson.com. Y'all know Alvin like the chipmunk, Jameson like that fine whiskey. You can also hit them up by mobile phone, 404-587-9033. Once again, 404-587-9033. Alvin Jameson, Loan Depot. Tell them you heard it on Power 108.9. What up, Alvin?
Yes, it's true.
Make yourself fool.
This man has no neck.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Now it's all about the laughs on Power 108.9 with Andy and Rick.
We're back, folks. Andy and Rick here. All about the last Power 108.9. We were just talking about Borat, the new Borat movie that's out on Netflix, which normally it would probably go to a theater, do a theater release before
It's not on
circle
Netflix.
back.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, excuse me, Amazon Prime. Well, yeah, it is on
it is.
Amazon Prime. Yep. Dude, I've been bouncing back and forth. I can't remember.
Oh, I
what's
know,
on
I
what.
know.
But yes, it was on Amazon Prime, which really blew my mind. You know, it's like, oh, but then again, there's no theaters releasing too because there's no
Well, you know,
theaters.
Bill and Ted Face the Music came out in a streaming platform.
Streaming.
Well, like on demand,
On demand
and
sort
things
of,
like
yeah.
that. So, and I think it'll have a Redbox turnaround pretty quick as well. But I don't know what kind of money it made because of.
They still got them at
They
Kroger
still have 'em, yeah.
and CVS. They
So,
still got them.
Somebody's renting them.
Somebody's renting them. Somebody still got a DVD player. I'm sure someone's got a VHS rolling around somewhere too.
How do you clean the heads? You used to go to the Blockbuster and there'd be like head cleaners.
Head cleaners and all that. But yeah, no, it's always funny, and like we were talking about before on the break, it's like, you know, what's happening with movies that are going to streaming services, and they're, you know, Netflix stock's going through the roof and all this. You know, theaters are closing, theaters are going out of business because they can't go to a theater. Which brings up a good point, because when I was on set last Tuesday, 2 weeks ago. On the show, and I just happened to be standing there. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning. Just happened to be standing there, and one of the producers came over to a couple of the soccer guys I was standing next to, and they were just chatting. And the guy was like, and one of the guys was like, hey, so, you know, where's this going to be released to? Because just trying to keep tabs on it, obviously.
Sure.
Their first movie, they're soccer guys, and they're there, so they're like, what we like to know, so we can follow. He said, well, he said, we won't have editing and post done until about April. And then he said, okay. He goes, I know Netflix will take this 100%. He goes, but I don't want it to go to Netflix first. And the guy looked at him and he goes, really? He goes, I'm trying to sell it to a bigger buyer. And he goes, well, what's the bigger buyer? Well, his question was, who would be the bigger buyer? And he said it would be theatrical release. That's what I'd like to push. I go, but there's not theaters. And the guy goes, well, there's not theaters. And he goes, well, hopefully maybe by 2021. So the producer's thinking, you know, theaters are going to open. I don't think so.
I have
But he said, worst case scenario, I'm going to sell it to Hulu or somebody like that, whoever's the highest bidder.
Well, see, and that's the thing. Netflix will buy a lot of stuff, but I've heard through people in the industry that you can make a lot more money theatrically without going the Netflix route.
Right.
But you take a chance, because if you go up against something else that's going to just kill you, you know, you lose. You know, you may make it back in overseas sales or, you know, home video or whatever, but that's a chance you're going to take. Netflix will usually be a sure thing, but you're not really going to make what you could potentially make theatrically.
Exactly.
But, you know, this is a new day and age. But see, what you're saying is, you know, people go in that route. And some big comedians have done that. Like Eddie Murphy has signed a deal with Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Adam Sandler. He just did Hubie Halloween.
I haven't watched it. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched it.
Was it any good? Because I haven't dove into that.
You know, it's good if you like Adam Sandler movies. If you like stuff like Billy Madison or Little Nicky, I think you'd like this. And there's a lot of people who come back.
Right. I saw that. A lot of SNL pop up.
That, you know, Kevin James, a lot of the people that's been in a lot of his stuff, you know, in the past. So if you just take it for what it is.
Chappelle.
Right, Chappelle's done that, but if you take Hubie Halloween for what it is, it's a cool little movie. But yes, Chappelle's gone that route, and there's a lot, and they're like that Dolomite movie that Eddie Murphy did.
Right,
that was
Dolomite.
great.
That was a great movie.
I think, you know, oddly, if I don't know what it would have done with a theatrical release, but I think because it got released on Netflix, it did even better.
I think it did. Yeah, I agree with that statement.
That was a
I agree with that statement
fantastic
100% because it was awesome. I was sitting there. I was like you. After I watched it, I go, God, that was good. Why is it just on Netflix? But then at the end of the day, it was like, what does it matter because it made money?
Adam Sandler did a deal, and you've seen, you know, that he's done a lot of stuff, and maybe things that you haven't watched yet. Like he did this one called The Cobbler.
Yes, The Cobbler.
Okay,
yep.
So what was the other one he did? It's like they're diamonds, something with diamonds.
Oh, the diamond. Oh, yeah, I watched that. That was weird.
Right.
That was crazy weird because it wasn't a comedy, but he did an amazing job, and then he got shot in the head at the end.
And then, well, I haven't seen it.
I'm
Andy.
sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Right. So sorry, folks, if you haven't seen this Adam Sandler movie.
He gets shot in the face.
All about the spoilers right here on Power 108.9. With
Sorry, I thought you.
No, I haven't seen it.
I'm
yet.
sorry.
If I can chime in just for a second, like I love movies,
Right.
but like now being in this post-COVID era, even
Right.
if we're at post-COVID, like watching movies at home, especially new movies, is super duper cool because you don't have to deal with everything else. So if they were to release James Bond, Daniel Craig's last movie as being James Bond on a Netflix or a Hulu or even on demand, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna charge you $27 to watch this movie."
People will
I'll
do
it.
People will do it.
Look,
They did that with Bill and Ted. Face
They
the
did-
Music.
They did. And this weekend, just talking about this, me and my wife watched Saturday. We didn't have a kid this weekend or any kids, so it was just me and her, and it was rainy Saturday. She says, "You want to go anywhere?" I was like, "No, not really," because unfortunately we've had some friends in the area test positive for COVID. And it's like, oh, okay, let's just keep moving.
Let's not hang out with those people anymore.
But anyways, so we said, let's just do a movie night. And so we stayed home and we watched that. And she had not watched The Conjuring, The Nun, but she knows all the backstory about Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Sure.
Which I made her watch all the documentary stuff before we delved into it. And we sat there and we crushed The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2, The Nun, and Annabelle all back to back in one sitting. Boom, 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 boom. And had the best time. We had our popcorn. We had, a pizza. I had some White Claws and some scotch and okay.
well, hold on just a minute. Not to jump off of what you're
But it was
saying.
great. It was way better than the theater.
So you never answered the question of the week. So what was your movie that
That is true.
that freaked you out as a kid? That as an adult you look at and you're just like, that's so silly.
The first thing that ever scared me in a movie was when I was watching Aliens, when that alien popped out of the dude's chest. I think I was like 7. It freaked me the hell out. That was a big first thing that scared the crap out of me. But as far as horror, American Werewolf in London, excuse me.
Yeah.
It freaked me out as well. But then when I went back to watch it later, I was like, okay, the werewolf. You literally see the werewolf one time.
Sure.
It was,
And then in the whole rage of that when that come out was the transformation.
Right.
Because I think Rick Baker,
who
yes, was a big special effects guy back in the day, did the Thriller video where Michael Jackson basically does the exact same thing. but that's the thing. Back in that day, back in the day, when you're younger, seeing that and the effects was what it was.
Right.
There was no CGI.
No.
So it was all
He actually pulled hair through skin and then reversed it.
right. So and it was, as a kid, you were like really taken by this. But then as you get older, it's just so silly. It's so funny. That's why, like I say, Phantasm was for me, because when I saw it, I was excited that I was going to be scared again.
Right.
And after watching it, it was like, boy, this was just so close for me just to napping on. It was so bad. But I had to finish it. But it was...
Exactly.
Hey, Rick, mine was Friday the 13th, the first one.
The first one? Yeah, that was great.
The first one. Like,
Kevin Bacon was in that.
Yep.
Oh, was he?
Yes,
Sure was. He got a
He
knife
sure
in
he-
the neck.
Yeah.
But that was the first like scary movie I saw. Somebody had some money. They had like a bootleg copy on a VCR, and we watched it over their house. Like my parents were there. I was like, "How y'all let me watch this movie?" And then the end scene when Jason came out the water, like that
That
part
still gets
scared
me.
Yeah, it still gets me a little
forever.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it scared
I've
me
seen it a
forever.
million times, and I still...
Yeah. It's like
Every single time.
Yeah, the question of the week was brought to you by Falcon Exteriors, by the way, if we didn't tell you. Falcon Exteriors. Give them a call if you need some roofing, gutter, siding, or window replacement, or gutter guards. 678-783-0123. Tell Tara and them Power 108.9 sent you. Yeah, just had to pay the bills. That's all. Sorry.
Well, so if you have a villain who's crashed through your window and you need it repaired,
or werewolf.
yeah, or a werewolf, or Dracula,
Or Dracula. Exactly.
that's who you would call it.
Did you know the movie Halloween originally had another name?
The Babysitter Killer?
Exactly. Good.
Yes.
Good pull, dude.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
pull. Yeah.
I'm a big horror fan.
I know.
so-
I know. I was wondering.
Right,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, he's got this.
And then
one.
John Carpenter realized that there had never been a movie called Halloween,
Halloween.
so they changed it. And then that started a whole, you've had all kind of holiday,
Right. Well, they said they were just trying to attach it to try to help sales, and it just they did a job. Marketing did their job.
Now, that was a movie I saw when I was a kid with my cousin. I saw Halloween 2, and I was pretty young. And that movie scared the crap out of me. But I still love both of the Halloween 1 and 2s that John Carpenter did in 78 and 80.
Right.
They're still really good.
What were your thoughts on Hellraiser?
I like the first one
But then after that, they just got hokey.
a little bit. But they didn't get as hokey as like Freddy Krueger or Jason. But it just...
Which one? The one in space?
Space or whatever, Freddy Krueger turns into a pitch man halfway through.
Right.
He's like pitching like Roach Motels and Nintendo
Right.
Game Glove, and it was silly. I thought the Hellraiser series was okay. I just felt like they didn't ever have the money to make it like they wanted it to after the.
It was like
first one.
Puppet Master. It just kept getting weirder and weirder and weirder.
Yeah. It was like there was love for the franchise, and see that's a good point because we were talking about movies back in the day that if it went straight to video, that was
Right.
like a real.
That was a no-no.
That was a no-no or a thing. It was.
It's like,
Trouble in
okay, you got a bunch
Paradise.
of boobs in there, don't you? You got it's naked stuff in there.
but like Puppet Master
Right.
and Hellraiser and things like that, they kept putting them out because there was a market for them.
Yep.
But see, now that market has kind of turned itself around. Where like now Eddie Murphy's getting signed to do movies, and if say Blair Witch or Paranormal Activity movies were
Right.
kind of popping off about 2 years ago, they would
Right.
all be going straight
Oh, yeah.
to a platform like that, like Shudder
Right.
or Netflix or
Right.
Hulu.
No, you're exactly right. No, I agree with that statement 100%. They would. But it was funny because, I mean, my wife never watches The Conjuring. She screamed 6 times. Like when I say scream like I ain't never heard scream.
Right. I like watching a movie with somebody that hasn't seen it, and then you watch it, so you know all the scares.
Exactly. That's basically what was going on.
I
It still
watched-
got me a little bit in some places.
I watched the first Insidious with my girlfriend about 2 weeks ago,
Oh, yeah.
and I saw that in the theater, and it gives some really good jump scares.
Yeah.
And it's super creepy. And the villain, if for any of you that ever watched the Powerpuff Girls, the villain looks like a real version of him. The villain is like a devil and high.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
And they played Tiptoe Through the Tulips by what was his name? He was creepy looking, Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
And
There you go.
and that movie was really good. So watching it with her, I mean, literally scream and jump, knowing what, and it was like I was just like, yes, it was so funny.
But, speaking of franchising and movies just going nonstop, yep, there it is. Tiptoeing through the.
That is just so creepy.
And then when you see him, he's creepy looking to begin with.
I swear, if he came down my street on Halloween just doing that, I would be like, we're good.
I'm out. I'm out.
I'd rather deal with a hockey mask wearing, machete wielding maniac than this.
It does. But talking about, movies and themes and things, I think I brought this up on the podcast, or we talked about. There's a new Tremors out, right?
Yes.
On Netflix.
Yes.
Did I tell you?
Yeah,
I brought it up too. I couldn't remember. I was
It
like,
has
I know, I
Napoleon
think-
Dynamite in it.
has Napoleon Dynamite in it, and then But Tremors, if you know Tremors, the original Kevin Bacon was in the original.
He's in everything.
He's in everything. But anyways, I liked the first one. It was a great movie. And they've gone off to like number.
It's like American
6.
Pie now.
Yeah, it's like it's on number 6. But Tremors takes place on an island, which is totally weird because they're ground worms and they're on an island. So
It's like Tremors on vacation.
and basically they took the theme of Jurassic Park. So this dude with money took DNA from the other ones that they had, inland, morphed up their DNA, bumped them up, steroided them up, and stuck them on an island just so he could hunt them and see what they do. It's basically Jurassic Park Tremors on an island with Napoleon Dynamite. So I was like, but I will say
You
this.
feel that tremor? Gosh.
But they put some money behind it because I was like, "Damn!" There's
Well, they made it on Netflix.
They're out in Thailand because there's only one location that looks like this, Thailand. So they're out in Thailand and they got these great shots, and I'm like, it's almost looks like Jurassic Park, the way they shot it.
Sure.
And I was like, they did a pretty good job, but I was like, they're still pumping these out, and they're still,
Hey, look, they are pumping out that damn, what is that, Sharknado.
Oh no!
So,
oh,
and-
my
and
God, that's
really-
so bad.
well-
That is bad though.
Oh, well, it's like a cartoon.
I know.
It really and truly is. I mean,
Ian Ziering's still in, or does he finally get killed off somewhere? I haven't paid attention.
I think he's locked in, and good for him. I mean, but everybody's been in it. Like, there's been like cameos
Right.
from, Vince Neil of Motley Crue to Ryan and Kelly in the Morning, or
Right.
everybody has done some sort of weird cameo, and I think that's what makes it even kind of funnier
Funny.
because it's just
Right.
like, and they've had even worse. You talk about spinning stuff off. I've seen
Right.
one called like Christmas Shark, and
Oh,
it's got
God.
and the cover literally has like a shark with like a Santa Claus hat on and candy cane, and it's
Right.
and I'm like, how come I can't make a movie?
Dude,
I can do it better.
Hallmark makes 100 movies every year based on the same 3 plots.
Right. Well, it
you
was like
kidding me?
It was like the Lifetime channel back in the day, where every movie had either Valerie Bertinelli or
Right.
or Meredith Baxter,
Baxter
Burney.
Oh God, yes.
Every one.
Well,
this week.
check this out. Jamie just chimed in and said, hey, y'all missed the song. Speaking of Motley Crue, how about the song
Oh, that's right. We just
Motley Crue.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
I know what I will.
What do you want?
I will pick for Motley Crue. I'm going to go with.
I'm actually supposed to pick since I'm
Okay,
down
go.
one.
Yeah, you go then.
I'll take Girls, Girls, Girls.
Nice. All right. I will go with.
At least somebody out there is listening and watching us. At least we know that now.
Yeah, and picking Motley Crue,
Thank
too.
you.
That's really
Appreciate
cool. I'm going to go with Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. There we go.
That's a good poll.
Yeah.
It was either that or Girls.
That could have been Shout the Devil, Looks That Kill, Home Sweet Home.
Great.
So,
Has Vince lost weight yet?
no. I always say, if you pay to go see Motley Crue,
You're not.
they should take a quarter of the ticket price off because the audience does Vince's work for it.
Exactly.
You know, he's out there just pumping and pumping.
By the second song.
Yeah, and what I tell you, what's even the more strange dynamic is like poor old Mick Mars, as frail as can be,
Oh, dude.
and he looks better than Vince.
I know. Isn't that bad? Isn't that
Yeah.
so bad?
And so I love Motley Crue, but I really wish he would get into doing something like DDP yoga or
Yeah,
something.
DDP reach out to him or something.
They put in, a lot of rock stations when they were going to do the summer tour, put forth a thing to challenge Vince.
To get him to lose weight. I
Yeah,
saw
to
that.
get and
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I lost track if he ever did or has.
well, since the tour got canceled, he was probably back to the casino with the buffet that never ends. So,
Well, the buffets are gone.
oh, that's true.
So
well,
they took him away
he
from
probably
him.
has his own buffet at home.
There's no buffets. No buffet. Golden Corral shut down. Vegas buffet
no,
shut down. Did the Golden Corral shut down?
No,
Did it say
they
no?
are open. I
Oh,
drove
haven't
past
been.
one the other day. It said, "We are open."
Oh, did it?
And I was like,
I haven't
I'm
paid
not
attention.
stopping.
The only one close to me is over in Noonan. I try not to go over to Noonan with all the traffic, just unless I absolutely have to.
Right.
The traffic's horrible over there because there's not one over where I live. Because all we have is Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, and pizza where I live. Yeah.
Don't get me started about
Yeah,
that.
don't even get me started with anything. Hey, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back, folks, with more. And we're still going to talk about Ghost Adventures, Joe Exotic, and a few other things. Power 108.9.
All about the laughs.
Question: Who has an idea for a new app? Well, if you answer yes to that question, it's time for you to holler at our friends over at Appsketeers. Yo, it's Michael McFadden of Power 108.9 and the crew over at Appsketeers to take great care of you. Nick and the gang provides you with the all-in-one app development experience. We're talking design, UI, UX, coding, and a whole bunch more. And if you have no clue what that means, it's time for you to holler at Appsketeers. Check out the website, appsketeers.com. Now, we're talking full confidentiality, no hassle, no obligation. If you don't believe me, just call them. 833-APP-IDEA. That's 833-APP-IDEA. As a matter of fact, you know what they do? They design, they build, and they launch. Tell them you heard it on Power 108.9. And don't forget to ask for the governor. What up, Nick?
Yes, it's true.
Make yourself fool.
This man has no neck.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Now it's all about the laughs on Power 108.9 with Andy and Rick.
Welcome back to Power 108.9. I'm one of your hosts, Rik Wayne.
Andy Gunnin.
Thanks for listening to All About the Laughs, who is brought to you tonight by Killer Finds in Hiram, Georgia. Please go to their Facebook page and like them, or better yet, go out in person all the way out to Hiram, Georgia on Jimmy Lee Smith Parkway in Hiram, right there next to Academy Sports. You can't miss them. It's one of the coolest places. They got collectibles, they got vinyl, and they've also got gaming and everything, free video games too. Go see Michael, family-owned business, Killer Finds in Hiram, Georgia.
And don't forget about Falcon Exteriors for all your roofing, siding, gutter guard needs. Give them a shout. They'll come give you a free consultation. Call at 678-783-0123. Tell them Tara, we sent you from Power 108.9. Hey, and we're back. Folks, we've been good show. Great show. Halloween, we're covering all the bases. Still got a couple things, but what have you seen the Ghost Adventures? Do you watch Ghost Adventures?
Not really. I don't really watch a lot of TV. I don't really have a lot of time to. I try to occasionally. The cool thing that I want to kind of say about Ghost Adventures is we have a guest who was just recently
That's right.
featured
Good pull.
on Ghost Adventures coming up Thursday night on the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge podcast or Fat Thor podcast. Yeah,
It will be aired on the Fat Thor Lockdown Challenge.
but yes, and but our upcoming guest has just been featured on Ghost Adventures.
Can we say who it is now?
Not yet,
Okay.
not yet. But we got
This is Scott Baio.
we got it. We got to tease the audience.
I know. No, it is. It is a stellar guest. Good job on locking this down, Rick. I'm excited about Thursday. We're going to start putting all the promos out. I think tomorrow.
Yep, I am working on them as soon as I walk out this door.
So you can check us out on the Fat Thor podcast if you want to. I have a link tree now. If you just go to Linktree and put Andy Gunnin, it has listed all our podcasts, including Power 108.9's website, our show here, All About the Laughs. You can find everything in one easy click guide, including shirts and merchandise. So, anyways, but yeah, so Ghost Adventures has a thing out this week. They're airing actually Thursday when we're doing the podcast. Actually, it's after the podcast.
Right.
And they're going to Joe Exotic's house, which is weird because Joe's still alive, but now his...
I should go to Carol Baskin's house.
Right, exactly. That's my whole thing. Well, his husband, 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-old husband, whatever, that blew his brains out, they're going there. But Zach Bagans said something about there's dark energy out here. I'm like, no shit. But anyways, I just think it's weirred.
Well,
I just think it's real weird.
I also think it's just like, look, we got to capture
some audience. I think it's just a
grab.
A grab.
To try to pull a Halloween, and it's Ghost Hunt, or was it Ghost? Yeah, it's the same guys that was Ghost Hunters or Taps, right?
No. The Ghost Hunters, the Ghost Hunters is something different. Ghost Hunters is Ghost Hunters. Ghost Adventures has always been. It's like Zach Bagans.
Oh, okay.
Zach Bagans with his museum out in Vegas and all that.
Okay, well then I might have the wrong show that I'm. I know it's. That's why I'm like, I'm not putting.
That's why I was asking if you watch it, because Ghost Hunters, there is a Ghost Hunters that's a totally different group of dudes.
Okay, well, I know that the Taps guys are the ones that came to this place that we're talking to.
Yeah,
but they have another
totally
show. It's called Ghost. Or, I don't know.
Hunters or something
Maybe.
like that.
I'll look it up tonight when I'm doing all the.
Well, anyway, so check it out. I just think it's a weird hoke, but they need to go to Carol's house and try to find out what happened to her husband.
Yeah, that would be. That's the mystery.
That is the mystery. That is the key. What happened to Carol's husband? We know she can't dance. We don't care about her dance. And California, by the way, is still on fire, and we don't care still.
He doesn't speak for me.
I'm just saying, you don't hear about it in the news anymore, but then all of a sudden you'll scroll down and go, oh, it's still on fire.
Yeah. Oh, it's another gender reveal party. Imagine that.
Well, it's a good night for you. You got 2 points on the board.
2.
8 to 10. We'll lead off next show back in November. Hey, we got one more show before the election. We should do something weird election stuff.
Yeah, I've been wearing Uncle Sam hats.
Yeah.
I've got 2 shows coming up.
That's right. You got some comedy shows.
I've got a show in Kennesaw, Georgia next week at Anchor's Bar. What?
I said nice.
Nice.
Oh,
He said nice.
Okay.
Good job.
Yes, I got that one.
Plug your shows, Rick.
Thank you. And then I've got a show the following night in Tallahassee, Florida.
That's right.
With Christian Davis and H.T. Rosen. That's going to be a couple local people down there I don't know. Really excited about this show. So socially distanced, sizable venue. So hopefully we'll get a good crowd out there in Tallahassee.
Some live comedy still going on.
I've been extremely fortunate. So
stay safe. I'll be doing some surgery, hopefully not by the next show. We're going to schedule around the show.
Yeah, we'll have Andy drooling in the corner on pain meds.
I am horrible when it comes to pain meds and after surgery meds. I'm not good on medication.
Probably me neither, but I still test it out and see what happens.
At airports and local Greyhound bus places. But anyway.
Yeah.
But check us out Thursday night on the Fat Thor podcast with our amazing guest before Halloween. It's going to be a good one, and we'll be back here in November doing our special.
Even 2 guests. So.
Yeah, and by the way, you can still vote for Fat Thor podcast if you don't know who you want to vote for.
Right here.
Other than that, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
All About the Laughs. Power 108.9.